Okay students, now let us discuss our third element in our electric circuit elements, that is capacitor. Okay, we know that an inductor is a device that stores energy in the form of magnetic field. Now a capacitor is a circuit element which is capable of storing electrical energy in electric field, as I earlier tell you that. So this is what a capacitor. Capacitor stores electrical energy in the form of electric field. Okay, so now let us see what is a capacitor. This is a capacitor symbol. Okay, that means it is having two plates which are in parallel. Okay, these are the two plates. Okay, now these two plates will be separated by a dielectric medium. Dielectric medium is a type of medium. Examples are like wood, glass, etc., etc. Okay, so these two plates are electrically connected to two terminals, and these two are separated by a dielectric material in between those two plates. So in this dielectric medium only our capacitor will store our electric energy in the form of electric field or static electric field. Okay, so in inductor, our inductor will store energy in the magnetic field around the inductor, but in capacitor our energy will be stored in the form of electric field in the dielectric between two capacitor plates. Okay, these two are the two metallic plates separated by a dielectric. This is symbol of capacitor, and you are not supposed to confuse between a DC voltage source. This is a DC voltage source symbol, and this is a capacitor symbol. For a capacitor, two plates are in equal distance. Okay, for a DC source, one is positive terminal is taller compared to our negative terminal. So this is DC voltage source, and this is a capacitor. Okay, now let us connect our capacitor to a source, and units for our capacitors are farads. Okay, units are farads. Units for capacitors are farads. Units for inductor are Henry. Units for capacitors are farads, and general use of capacitors are in the order of microfarads. That means 10 power minus 6 farads. This is the general use of capacitors. So generally capacitors are mentioned in microfarads. Okay, so this is about capacitors. Now let us see what is happening to our capacitor whenever we are excited them. Okay, let us connect our capacitor. This is our capacitor with a source. So for better understanding, I have taken a circuit separately. So this is our charge, this is our capacitance, and this is charge Q, this is voltage V, and this is current I. Okay, so here you can see that the charge Q is proportional to V. The more is the voltage, the more will be the charge. That means the more is the charge is because more will be the voltage. Okay, so because this is a proportional, in order to remove the proportionality, I am going to keep a constant, that is capacitance C. Okay, so this is about charge Q. Q is nothing but charge here. Q is nothing but charge, and its units are coulombs. Okay, and C is capacitance. Units are farads. Okay, farads, and V is voltage. Units are volts. Okay, so now let us differentiate above equation on both sides. What we are going to get? So let us differentiate them. dq by dt equal to C is constant. I am taking it outside. That will be dV by dt. Okay, in the first class I have told you about a current which is equal to dq by dt. So dq by dt can be eliminated with I. Okay, I is equal to C into dV by dt. So this is the current in the capacitor. This is current in capacitor. Okay, so you can find out the voltage also. So voltage can be found out by, here I am replacing dq by dt equal to I. Okay, so how can you find the voltage here? You can shift the rest of the things by opposite side, that is I by C equal to dV by dt. Okay, so that dV will become 1 by C times I dt. Okay, you can integrate to eliminate the derivation, so that will become integral dV equal to 1 by C integral I dt. So derivation and integration will cancel out. So V across capacitor is equal to 1 by C times integral I dt. So this is voltage across capacitor. This is voltage across a capacitor. Okay, so these are the observations. So what is the voltage across capacitor? V equal to 1 by C integral I dt. And what is the current through a capacitor? C into dV by dt. So these two are the parameters here. And charge is, capacitance is measured in farads. Generally it is in microfarads. Okay, so let us see the observation. Similarly we have as we have seen in the inductor. Okay, now let us observe the behavior of capacitor when we supply some voltage. Okay, now I am going to apply a voltage of V to our capacitor. Okay, you can see this is our capacitor which is separated by a dielectric material. So this red color one is dielectric material, which is of usually the dielectric material uses a wood can be a dielectric material. Now what is happening to the capacitor when we are going to turn on the switch? Now it is initially it is open circuit because we didn't close the circuit. Okay, the current in the circuit is 0. And now let us see, when switch S is open, when our switch S is open, the voltage across capacitor is 0. That means there is no voltage across capacitor. Okay, there is no supply, so there is no voltage across capacitor. Okay, VC is voltage across capacitor and IC is current through the capacitor. So initially there is no current and there is no voltage across capacitor. So now let us turn on the switch. Okay, now just after turning on the switch, that means at t is equal to 0 plus, that means at a very fraction of second after turning on the switch, what is happening in the circuit? Let us see. Okay, just after switch S is closed, that means at t is equal to 0 plus, there will be a minute voltage across capacitor will be developed, that is termed as dV. There will be a very minute voltage across capacitor for a very short period of time, that is dt is equal to 0 plus. Okay, dt is almost 0, that means we have an expression for current through the capacitor, that is IC is equal to V into dV by dt. Now our current through the capacitor just after switching the switch is V times dV is very fraction, that means I am considering as 0.01, but time dt is very small, which is almost equal to 0. So here you can see the denominator is 0 here. Okay, 1 by 0 is nothing but infinite, that means we are going to get the value of current through capacitor as infinite. Okay, is it possible practically infinite current? No, it is not possible. So that's why our capacitor doesn't allow sudden changes of magnitude of voltage, sudden changes in magnitude of voltage. Okay, our capacitor doesn't allow sudden changes in magnitude of voltage. Our capacitor doesn't allow, our inductor doesn't allow sudden changes in magnitude of current. Here our capacitor doesn't allow sudden changes in magnitude of voltage. So inductor doesn't allow sudden changes in current and capacitor doesn't allow sudden changes in voltage. So this is the difference. Okay, so just after switch S is closed, we will be getting some voltage across capacitor with a very fraction of time, that is very close to 0. Okay, if you substitute the values here, the current will be infinite. This is not possible practically. Practically infinite current is not possible, practically impossible. So in order to prevent this action, our capacitor doesn't allow sudden changes in voltage. That means the capacitor will keep the voltage across capacitor as 0 even after closing the switch. Okay, initially it was 0, even after the closing the switch, our voltage across capacitor will be 0. Okay, so that our current will be 0. Okay, there will be no abrupt change in voltage, so there will be no current. So this is the property of capacitors. The capacitor doesn't allow sudden changes in voltage, so that the current cannot be infinite. Okay, so this is the property of capacitor, similar to our inductor, which is not allowing sudden changes in current, so that it cannot produce infinite voltage. Okay, so now let us see after some time, after closing the switch, what is happening after some time. Okay, now let us see third observation, that is switch is closed for some time. Now switch is closed for some time t. Okay, now let us see the third observation, that is switch is closed for some time. Okay, now switch is closed for some time, which is not equal to 0 plus. Now it is some time. Now what is happen? Now some current will flow through the capacitor. Okay, that will induce some polarity on the charges on the plates of capacitor, positive and negative, that will create an electric field. Okay, electric field will be established in the capacitor. That electric field will store some electrical energy in the capacitor. Okay, this is what happens after some time. Now let us see what will happen if capacitor. Okay, let us assume DC voltage source symbol is this one. Now let me assume I have applied a 5 volts of DC to our capacitor. Now what happens to our current through the capacitor? So here you can see it is dV by dt is there. The term dV by dt means d by dt of voltage across capacitor is 5 volts in case of DC. So the derivation of constant will become 0, so that our current IC will become 0. Okay, here dV by dt is becoming 0, so that our IC, current through capacitor, will become 0. So what is the condition for if current is 0? That means the circuit is treated as open circuit. As I earlier told you, if current is 0 in the circuit, that circuit is treated as open circuit. That means IC is 0 means the circuit is open circuit, OC. That means capacitor acts as open circuit network to a DC supply. Okay, our capacitor acts as open circuit to DC supply. So this is about behavior of capacitor. Okay, now let us see power and energy stored in the capacitor. Now let us see the power and energy stored in a capacitor. Okay, so we already know that current in a capacitor IC equal to C into dV by dt. Okay, here C is capacitance. Okay, C is nothing but capacitance in farads. Okay, now let us see power equal to V into I. We already know that. Okay, in place of I am going to substitute the current in a capacitor, that is C into dV by dt. So this is the power in a capacitor, that is in watts. Now let us see energy stored in a capacitor. So energy is stored in inductor, either inductor or capacitor. Energy is not stored in a resistor. Okay, because these two are the only energy storing elements. Okay, in RLC components we have RLC. These all are passive elements. Passive elements is they don't generate power, they absorb power. These are passive elements, and in these three components, resistance is a drop component. That means power drop will be in resistance, and power storage, energy storage will be in between in the inductor and capacitor. Energy storage. Okay, these two are energy storage elements. Okay, resistance is a power drop component. Okay, power will be dropped across resistor. Ideally, there will be no power drop across inductor and capacitor. Ideally, but practically there will be some loss. Okay, and inductor and capacitor are two energy storage elements among three elements. Okay, so resistor is a power drop component, and inductor and capacitor are energy storage elements. Okay, these things should be remembered. Okay, our resistor is a all three are passive elements. Okay, now let us see the energy stored in a capacitor E. Okay, we know that energy stored is nothing but power in a certain time period. Okay, power in a some time period. How much power is consumed in some time period is nothing but energy. Okay, so in case of P, in place of P, I am substituting V into C into dV by dt into dt. Okay, dt will get cancelled. Now capacitance is constant here, I am taking it out, and our integration will be between 0 to t with respect to dv with respect to dv. Okay, with respect to v dv. So if you integrate it, it will become v square by 2. Okay, integration of v will be v square by 2 with respect to v. So now that will become the energy stored in a capacitor equal to E equal to half CV square in joules. Okay, energy stored in inductor EL is equal to half Li square, but energy stored in a capacitor is half CV square. Okay, so this is about capacitor. Now let us summarize all three electrical elements. There are resistance, inductance and capacitor. Okay, so let's take a problem on a capacitor. Okay, so the problem states a capacitor has a capacitance of 10 microfarads. Okay, the unit says it is a capacitance, right? Microfarads is a unit of capacitance. Then find the stored energy when it is supplied with 50 volts DC supply. Okay, now let us write down the given data. So the given data is it has a capacitance of 10 microfarads. So C is equal to 10 microfarads, and the other thing is it is a DC supply voltage of 50 volts. Okay, now he asked you to find stored energy. Okay, to be find energy stored in a capacitor. Stored energy is nothing but energy stored in a capacitor. What is the expression for energy stored in a capacitor? That equal to, we have energy stored in a capacitor equal to E equal to half C into V square. Okay, so that we can substitute the values here. E equal to half, C is nothing but 10 into 10 microfarads is nothing but 10 into 10 power minus 6 farads. 1 micro is 10 power minus 6. Okay, you can substitute the values here. So in place of B, replace it with 50. So that will become 2 into 5, 5 into 10 power minus 6 into 2500. So if you can rearrange it, you get the energy stored in a capacitor EC equal to 12.5 micro, 12.5 millijoules. Okay, the energy is given in the units of joules here. So this is about capacitance. Now let us summarize all the elements R, L, C. Okay, so this is a summary of three elements R, L and C. Okay, let us see each and every one. So this is voltage and current, power and energy. For element R, the voltage across R is V is equal to IR, which is nothing but Ohm's law. Okay, and current through the R is V, I is equal to V by R, and power equal to V into I. This PR is power across resistor, that is V into I. That is also given as I square R equal to V square by R. Okay, by using Ohm's law you can shuffle the parameters. Okay, then what is the energy? Here the energy is dissipated in case of resistor. So what is energy? Power into time, that is I square R into T or V square by R into T. That is regarding resistance. Now let us see regarding inductance. Okay, these two are storage elements. Okay, so here the voltage across inductor V is equal to L into dI by dt, and current is 1 by L into integral V dt. Then power equal to V into I. Okay, and here energy stored in a inductor EL equal to half Li square, 1 by 2 Li square. That is here energy is being stored here. In resistor it is dissipating. That means energy in resistor is wasted, but here energy is being stored by inductor. Okay, let us see capacitor. Capacitor voltage across capacitor is 1 by C integral I dt, and current through a capacitor is C into dV by dt. So power equal to V into I. So V into I, that is power. Okay, and energy stored in a capacitor is half CV square. C is capacitance, V is voltage. Okay, and here you have to see one more concept, that is what is the behavior of inductor and capacitor at switching and at steady state. Switching means at t is equal to 0 plus, just after turning on switch. What is the behavior? So just after turning on the switch, our inductor will act as open circuit and our capacitor will act as short circuit. Okay, just after switching on the circuit, inductor will be open circuit, that means no current in the inductor, and capacitor will act as short circuit, that means voltage across capacitor is 0. Okay, so current inductor parameter is I here and capacitor parameter is V. Okay, remember, if I is 0, our inductor will be open circuit. If V is equal to 0, our inductor capacitor will be short circuit. Okay, so let us see after steady state. Steady state means after time t, at time t. Okay, t is equal to 0 plus means it's switching on or off. Okay, what is the behavior of the circuit? Steady state means after turning on the switch, what is the behavior after some time? Okay, after some time at steady state, our inductor will be equal to short circuit. Okay, at steady state our inductor behave like short circuit. At steady state our capacitor will behave like open circuit. Okay, this is at a steady state condition. It is nothing but steady state. So this is regarding our electrical circuit elements, RLC. Okay, thank you.